How are you, Alex? Thanks for having me over on the webcast. It's a pleasure to be here doing the comments for my countrymen,
That's
Mexican guys.
Yep, no worry. I mean, you're a local legend here, photographer, bodyboarder. You're injured at the moment. You've done your shoulder in.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm suffering a shoulder injury and I'm not able to compete, but there's really good guys, that are actually out in the water. Hector Santiago and Chuy Silva, who I know they're going to do a pretty good job. They don't really need me out there.
Yeah, we saw them qualify in the trials. You know, well, Chewy Silva qualified and Hector had a wild card into the event. So we know this is his local break. He surfs here every day, 365 days a year.
That's right. Chuy Silva, who's was last year's national champ, and this year is Hector Santiago, the national champ, and that's the reason why he got the wild card. So now we know that both of the riders out there, the Mexicans, they have the talent to take on the Brazilian Roberto Bruno and also on Jorge Colomer.
That's right. Roberto Bruno from Brazil and Jorge Coloma qualifying from Puerto Rico. He hasn't made a Grand Slam since last year, so Jorge Coloma, let's see if he can hold up the Puerto Rico flag.
Yeah, Jorge is it's a visitor. Hi everyone.
This is Edwin Morales, the local legend.
Thank you for joining us in the Zicatela 2012 Zicatela Pro. And as I was saying, Jorge Colomer is one of the guys from Puerto Rico that is constantly visiting us here in Puerto. So he knows about the wave, right?
Yeah, he knows this wave, and he's been here plenty of times. Came last year, tried to qualify, didn't make it through to that top 7. So we see a little exchange there. Here we go in white. Talk us through this one, Jorge.
Yeah, that's Jorge Colomer. As I was saying, he knows the wave. He punches through that lip, hits that rolo, and then he actually makes it. So he's going to start his campaign strong on that one, because on the last couple of waves, I think the riders, I think it was Hector, who was not able to complete his maneuver.
Yeah, Jorge just coming on. Yeah. Sorry, Roberto on his first wave coming unstuck there. So we've had a bit of an exchange there. We do have 35-minute heats if you just tuned in. And this is heat 2 of round 2. We'll be running just round 2 today. Pretty sure we're going to get the contest director to give us that okay by probably heat 4. But it looks like the winds are going to come over. We've sort of got a late start, and the winds, they're not really that good today. Talk us through the conditions here.
Yeah, well, there's like a little system of a storm lingering around, which sometimes it makes conditions good. This morning, it didn't make it right. There was a pretty bad morning sickness. Then the offshore kind of turned on, and that's why the contest directors and everybody decided that we had to run, the four heats from the round 2. And when we see the replay, we have the replay of Jorge Colomer's right there. That's how he gains the speed, punches through that lip with that El Rolo, and then he makes it. So I think that's going to be so far the best wave of the heat.
Yeah, 5.25 he got for that, so he's been rewarded there. I think 5.25. Wasn't a big set, but it was a good wave. Good start for Jorge.
Yeah, so to continue our thoughts on the conditions, in Puerto Escondido, as we all know, we need those stiff offshore winds to blow, especially when it blows during the whole night. The wave conditions the next morning are normally going to be epic. Unfortunately, as I said, that storm kind of stopped the wind pattern, and conditions were not really as we thought, but they're still contestable. So let's not say, oh, it's bad. It's still good.
Yeah, that's right. And talk us through what happened a few months back with the hurricane here. We saw that clip online. You were able to shoot your camera skills, and you shot the hurricane come into the town and destroy this town. So talk us through that.
Yeah, well, thanks to all the technology that we have these days, the satellite and all that, we were able to kind of predict that the hurricane was actually going to hit Puerto. So a bunch of the people got ready, but the local media were not sharing this information, wide open. So a lot of people actually didn't know. I was able to warn my friends, but some of the people were they got caught off guard, right? And the hurricane, even if you were prepared for that, the the winds were so strong, maybe 100 miles an hour winds, 150-kilometer winds. And yeah, it was just devastating. I remember taking a drive the next morning, and it was impressive just to see all destruction. All the town was pretty much taken down.
Oh, it's so sad. I mean, those things happen around the world, and we thoughts and prayers with everyone when it happens. But we're back on feet. You know what? We've got the last heat winner there, Yuri Balladeo. We've got Dan Zimbra down there for an interview. Dan, where you at, buddy?
And my hit really really difficult too with Amari. Um, but I to next to hit I need many folk to hit like a final. So difficult next round. But this condition, I love this condition because the wave is strong waves. But today you have difficult because the wave is closed. But I have so much.
So with the difficult conditions, has your game plan at all out?
Yeah. This year my second time here, and I love him. Uh, the beautiful place.
Absolutely. So you like the Puerto vibe then?
Yeah. Vibe is perfect.
Yeah, waves are really good. So what are you going to be doing in preparation for the next heat?
Ah, can I speak in Spanish?
Absolutely.
Ahora yo tengo que mantener o foco como esta manga, la última manga que foi muito difícil, com a Mauri esse mais dois round ride incrível e eu consegui passar a manga muito difícil, pero tenho que concentrar muito mais para a próxima, que agora toda é como na final. Então estou muito feliz, muito contente e agora tenho que voar mais.
Well, muchas gracias, Uri Validao. Back to you guys in the booth.
Yeah, thanks, Dan. Dan the man, our interview guy down there, just taking care of all the heat winners. And Roberto Bruno up, having a look at this one.
Yeah, Roberto Bruno is looking to start his campaign. He throws that nice ARS, and then, wow, he's starting pretty good. He did a nice El Rolo in the end of that section. So that's two maneuvers. For sure it's going to count as one of his best scores.
Nice combination there for Roberto Bruno. So he should get rewarded for that. He might move up into first. We'll wait and see. So Chewy Silva still down in fourth.
Yeah, Chewy just got one wave as we were in the interview, and he threw a nice El Rolo. So he's starting slow. From what I know, Chewy, he always starts slow because he likes to wait for those nice left-handers that he loves. So he builds his campaign slowly. And on the other hand, Hector Santiago, the Mexican, he wants to keep, getting waves after waves.
Here we see the Sporting Bet replay. Roberto Bruno just timing this pretty nicely there. Not much projection, but he got the RS in and then finishes off with a nice roll there. That roll was nice. Good extension.
Yeah, he had a pretty good extension on that roll. The first maneuver wasn't maybe just so flying and getting so much air, but for sure it's going to count as his best score.
Yeah, definitely. We see him there with 6.7 for that Roberto Bruno, so he's moved up into first. Jorge in second. Chewy getting a 4.2 for that one we missed when we had the interview. Just a roll though for Chewy. He's in third position with Hector in fourth, which we call nickname Motor.
Yeah, motor.
Motor.
Yeah. And we have Jorge Colomer going for another big roll through the lip.
He loves those rolls, doesn't he?
Yeah,
He punches through.
He's got them down pretty easily, so I know Jorge Colomer feels really comfortable riding here at Playa Zicatela.
Yeah, Jorge Coloma. He's been around for a while, Jorge. He's always been on the cusp of trying to qualify and he's always right there, but he just seems to, not make it in a lot of events, but this one he's come through. It's his first Grand Slam. He's qualified in probably 12 months. So Jorge holding the flag up for Puerto Rico.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, Jorge has been competing, We've seen him compete here in Porto a bunch of times before. And, I've been following the IBA, the qualifying series, and I think he does some of them too. And he's not just competing, but he loves bodyboarding. So I'm sure he's got the skills to do well, in this competition.
And he's the only Puerto Rican in the event too, so...
Oh, that's right. I
Jorge?
thought our good friend Bobby Quiñones was actually going to be here, but I guess it's Jorge Colomer's. It's Jorge's turn now,
It's Jorge's turn, yeah.
Yeah, to make an impression and hold the flag for Puerto Rico.
Bobby Quiñones, we've seen him surf really well at pipe this year in the pipe event. Bobby, but seen him get a lot of big 8-foot barrels at pipe. Bobby Quiñones is probably watching with the rest of the Puerto Ricans.
Yeah, I give a shout to Bobby. He was actually here in Porto for that, summer, for almost I don't know. I don't know if he went back and forth, but almost 3 months here, and we had some massive swells, and Bobby was getting some of the biggest bombs, biggest barrels. Some days he was actually scoring the wave of the day. So we know Bobby is good, and all the Puerto Ricans are good too.
So we're just going to give another shout out to these sponsors. We've got Coastal Playground as well. They help out the communities around that suffer like the hurricane here and things like that. And they put a lot of revenue back into sort of third world and sort of struggling areas in the world where, they're surfing. And basically they set up these programs too in Indonesia and things like that. And they help out the environment. Coastal Playground, and also we've got the Oaxaca Town, which is here in Port Escondido, and Prone Clothing from the UK. Also Reflex Wetsuits, Red Bull, Colorado Surf, which is a local bodyboard store here. That's Humberto, which is the contest promoter. And as we see here, another action. See who's taken off in the green.
That's Hector Santiago on that wave. He's trying to gain some speed. He's looking for that section. He goes for the spinner. And he's now looking for that ARS to. That's right. That's Hector.
Motor.
Yeah, motor. And they call him motor because he never gets tired. He just surfs all day long, non-stop.
Motor, the ADD boy. He's just motoring through that ARS at the end.
Exactly. He knows the wave. We go with the replay. That wave kind of doesn't offer him much in the very first part. And that's why he's going for that spinner, trying to wave to build up. And then he sees he's going to eye that section, throws that ARS, and completes that maneuver. So that's going to be, I think, Hector's best score so far.
So, yeah, I mean, it's still wide open, this heat. Jorge's in the lead with 11.03. Sorry, Roberto Bruno in second, 8.1. Chewy Silva in third at the moment, but that could change here. I think it will. Wait for Hector's score to drop. Just under 22 minutes remaining in Heat 2 of round number 2 here. And this is if you just tuned in, it's a 6th stop of the Grand Slam Series down here in Port Escondido, Mexico. Zicatela Pro.
That's right. And, we see now Chuy Silva. He is driving through that section, comes out from the doggy door. And, well, like I said, Chuy Silva waits patiently, and now he's looking to improve on that second score.
Chewy Silva being patient out there. 21 minutes remaining. In this is the IBA Turbo Zicatela Pro, presented by Sporting Bet. When we talked before, you can bet on this event now. It's the first event in a while since you can bet on. As we see Chewy Silva.
Chewy Silva, yeah, he stalks. He knows how to ride those barrels. He sets up his line, and now he sees he eyed that last section that was going to actually close out on him. So he kind of just, pulled out pretty fast.
As we talked before, Sporting Bet sponsoring this event and open up the markets. So you can bet if you're in Australia, New Zealand, or Brazil and Spain, you can bet on favourite rider to win the event.
Wow, that's a great way to make a couple, pennies.
Couple of bucks, yeah. Or lose a couple of bucks.
Yeah, that could happen too, but most likely all you guys want to bet and you want to make money, right? So go ahead and place your bets and pick your winner.
That's right. And you know what? We've got a little lull in the action, so we'll throw it on advert and we'll be back soon. Have a look at this.
Yes, punters, welcome to the world of sporting betting.
At Sporting Bet, we live and breathe sports and racing. It's what we do day in and day out. That's why we're the punters' favourite, providing top odds and unique promotions on a huge range of markets. And our cutting-edge technology means you can bet anywhere, anytime. So if you're into sports and racing as much as we are, go to sportingbet.com.au today, because there's no better bet than a sporting bet.
Yeah, and welcome back to the IBA Turbo Zicatela Pro. If you're just tuning in, presented by Sporting Bet. That's one of our main sponsors there, Sporting Bet. We had Motor have a look at this one through the while we had that advert.
Yeah, Motor was like driving through that wave for a while until he actually saw that little section, threw a nice invert, and then, you know, had a combination with a spinner and then a roll. So I think both Mexicans are looking to improve as we are looking at the scores.
Now we see a situation change. We saw Chewy Silver got up in a second there with his 5.23 barrel rod, but now Hector's pushed him back to third, with Hector now a total of 10.11.
Right. Well, I mean, this is a tough heat, especially because the conditions are not perfect, and everybody's trying to be a little bit, you know, get a little bit of love from the ocean, trying to get the best wave. Jorge Colomer is leading the heat right now. Hector pushed them back, as you said, but that doesn't mean the heat's over. So we're far from over, and everybody's going to try to do their best. Pretty much all Mexicans, including me, including myself, we're willing to
Rooting
see,
for the Mexicans.
Yeah, the Mexicans to be at least in the third round and, you know, wait for the better conditions, because we all know that they actually love to surf Zicatela and they know the wave very well.
That's right. I mean, they're the most experienced out here.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's a little bit of an advantage when you surf this wave every day. Here we go, Motor. Motor's riding on that wave. He's actually trying to catch as many waves as he can.
He is just motoring through this whole heat.
He goes
wow,
for that
gone
nice
for
backflip.
See if he can stick this. No, he's come unstuck.
He came unstuck, but
He's going for it. He's turned that motor up, hasn't he?
That's right. You know, as I told you, he likes to keep going. You know, he doesn't want to stop. That's why they call him Motor.
Does he drink coffee or anything? I got to drink 6 coffees to start motoring. You know, every morning I got to have at least 2 cups of Joe before I get up.
That is right, but Motor, I think he just comes out naturally. He doesn't even need that coffee. I think he drinks the coffee afterwards.
The first time I came down to Port Escondido was 2001, and Motor was like the local loudmouth, and he was showing me around the town, and you know, I surfed with him every day, and that was 11 years ago, and I look at him this morning, and he hasn't changed one bit. He hasn't aged. He looks the same as he did 10 years ago.
Yeah, probably he looks younger.
Yeah.
He probably looks younger, and I think, you know, as you said, Motor knows every single place around the coast of Oaxaca, and he knows where the good waves are. So if you want to come to Porto and have a good host and a guy who takes you to, you know, the best waves, make sure you know, check in with Motor.
That's it. And we encourage everyone around the world to come back to Porto. The town really needs the tourism. They need the support. You want to come and surf one of the best beach breaks in the world, this is your spot.
Yeah, totally. You know, as we were talking before, the hurricane, you know, made a big mess. The town has actually come back alive, but that doesn't mean we still need, you know, the tourism to come back and you know, help us with the local economy. So please, you know, come to Porto. Everybody's really welcoming here. You're more than welcome to come, you know, and visit us. If it's your first time, you're going to love it. If it's, you know, your second or third or whatever time, I'm pretty sure you most likely know how it is here, and that's why you're coming back.
Yeah, they're friendly locals too. You know, there's no beef in the water. Everyone's pretty good. I love coming back here. It's amazing.
Yeah, well, you know, it's a beach break. The beach is pretty long, and it's not like, for example,
Like pipe.
waves like pipe, you know, that the wave breaks pretty much in the same place every time. Here, it's just about luck, you know, and any given day, you could be getting the best wave of your life and the best wave of the day or best wave of the swell. So that's one of the good things about Porto, that there's enough room for everybody, and there's never really a hustling, you know, for getting the waves.
Yeah, and plenty of waves around too. You can go down the coast, couple of hours up the coast.
Man, this coastline is unbelievable. The state of Oaxaca has so many waves, and I'm pretty sure there's waves that we haven't even seen yet, you know, because it's
Yeah,
so big,
discovered.
so long. But, you know, 1 hour south, 3 hours south, there's amazing point breaks. You go north, there's the same thing too. So it's all about a little bit of wave knowledge, reading the charts about the swell, where the swell direction is coming from, and most likely you're going to be scoring epic waves.
So situation, 14 and a half minutes remaining. Jorge in the lead on 11.03. Hector Santiago, a.k.a. Motor, he's in second with a 10.11. Chewy down in third with a total combined score, 9.43. He's chasing a 4.89, which is a pretty average score. And Roberto Bruno from Brazil in fourth position, a total combined of 8.1. He needs a 3.41. He's got a pretty high score already. He's got a 6.7, which is the highest scoring wave in this heat, but he's in fourth. He needs a backup wave. So I'm sure if we see Roberto Bruno get a pretty good wave, he'll jump right up into first.
Yeah, that's right. At this point right now, everybody's got a chance, you know. It's not really like...
It's very, very close.
Yeah, everything is close. Everybody's close. Everybody's able to get that score. 3.41 for Roberto Bruno. Chuy Silva only needs a 4.89. Hector Santiago needs a 5.31, and as we saw, like Amari Laverne on the last heat, he got a 7 on that backflip, big backflip. So we know that with one maneuver, you're able to get that big score and move up into the lead.
Yeah, I mean, we look at first position there, Jorge, 11 points, Roberto on 8. 3 points difference separating the whole top, these first, second, third, and fourth.
That's right. Everything
very
is,
close.
Yeah, everything is doable. Everything is close. And like I said, you know, hopefully the Mexicans, both Mexicans, will make it to the next round. Everybody's got their favorites. I know the Puerto Ricans won Jorge, the Brazilians won Roberto Bruno. And, you know, it's just up to us to wish the best for everyone.
That's right. And as we look at some action here, someone's no takers on this. But if you have tuned in and you don't know too much about the sport, these guys surf and they get their 2 highest scoring waves and they combine that together and that's their total score. Their maximum wave count can be 12 waves and they got 35 minutes to do that. And what they're sort of looking for is to get barreled, get in the tube. This is for people who don't know too much about bodyboarding.
Right.
Getting that nice tube and coming out with an air maneuver. And the more air they get, the more critical it is. And it's harder to land, they get rewarded for the points.
That's right. Aerialistic maneuvers are very well high scored. And in Puerto Escondido, as we know, on the best days, we got some of the longest and deepest, craziest barrels. So I'm pretty sure also the judges like people to see riders to go in the barrel and trying to come out. The longer the ride is, the bigger the points will be.
Yeah, that's right. And, I mean, especially coming here to Mexico, it's such a mixed bag that one day can be just incredible barrels and one day can just be huge ramps. Or it can have both in the one day.
That's right. Now we see white, Jorge Colomer. He sees, you know, nothing of that, so he decides to kick out. But, yeah, back to that question, Alex. You know, when we talk about swell directions, well, we go to Motor now. Motor's looking for that nice ramp. He knows exactly how to hit those lips. He didn't find it. Unfortunately, there's a little bit of current out there, which is making the conditions
Putting
a little
a bit
bit
of bump
messy.
on the surface.
Yeah, the wind has changed. It's now blowing from the east. And it's not quite strong to make conditions better. It's going to take about 20 to 30 minutes for the conditions to turn out right. So unfortunately for this heat, they're in the moment where, you know, the ocean doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, there's, like we said, there's sort of 2 swells, the back end of yesterday's swell, which we saw in the 8-foot range, a bit too big for the banks and the direction, I believe. I'm not too knowledged up on.
Yeah, no, I mean, you're right. I mean, right now there's a little bit of a new swell coming in, and I think that storm kind of pushed a little bit of a wind swell, which made conditions a little bit weird. But the good thing and the good news is that for Thursday, we're looking to see another big swell, but this one's coming pretty south. South swells means really good waves for Puerto. If it's mixed in with a southwest, it could be really rampy.
So there we see Roberto Bruno looking for a second scoring wave there. Nice invert for Roberto Bruno, the Brazilian. You know what? He's going to move up into first here, I'm pretty sure, because he's got a 6.7, and he'll get rewarded for that.
Yeah, that's right. That invert actually counts. I'm not a judge, but from the way I see it, the way I've been competing, he will get more than a 3 for that one. Yeah, that's Roberto Bruno. He's driving down the line. He's eyeing that section, looking for that lip to hit, and he actually finds it, goes through that lip with a nice invert. He gets a pretty good air time on that one,
Yeah,
Alex.
for sure. A good projection there for Roberto. Yeah, he'll get, I reckon, I'm looking, I'd say in that sort of 5 to 7 range, he'll probably get for that invert. Maybe a 6. 6 or a 7. He'll get pushed up in the first here.
Yeah, for sure. He only needed a 3-4-1 to move up into the lead, and
Yeah, in the
most
second,
likely
yeah.
he's gonna, into second, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna get it.
Yeah, oh,
Which is
definitely.
not good for the Mexican campaign. You know, we're like, wow.
Oh, the Mexican charge. They're going to be pushed down in the third and fourth, I think.
But there's still quite some time. You know, there's still 9 minutes left, and I'm pretty sure, they're gonna get a chance to show off. You know, like we see Chewy right now. He's looking for that left. He loves those lefts, and he knows exactly what. Oh my goodness.
Chewy
It's-
just pulling out there.
Yeah, it's so hard. It's like my heart starts beating hard and fast when this happens. You know.
So if you have just tuned in, this is the Turbo Zicatela Pro, presented by Sporting Bet. We're up to round 2, heat 2. We're going to run heat 3 and heat 4 today of round 2, and then it looks like we might be calling it a day till tomorrow, just due to the conditions. We've got the wind probably coming up around lunchtime. Seems to come up on the onshore, comes up around lunchtime, doesn't it?
Yeah, every morning on the normal wind pattern, Puerto Escondido, it's like offshore in the mornings and it turns onshore around 10, 11, always onshore around noon. Now we see Jorge. Oh, wow. That was a nice El Rolo with a pretty good extension.
Big roll for Jorge there.
Yeah.
That's going to solidify his spot at the moment. He was chasing a 7.2.
That's right. Yeah, that's Jorge. Like I said, he knows Zicatela very well. Hits the lip right in the perfect spot. That's why he gets projected out into the flats, lands that perfectly, and I'm pretty sure he's going to get a nice score for that one.
So we see Roberto's moved up in the first. He got a 6.28 for that invert.
Wow, and the cameraman just missed motor, but I think we're going to see that replay, and then he made that nice invert. We're going to wait for that replay to motor.
Yeah, so there we see Roberto on the left here. Goes for a roll.
Claims it.
Roberto Bruno getting busy again. We saw Moto do that invert. We'll try and get a replay if we can. So Moto's, here we go.
Yeah, Motor was driving down the line on that right, trying to goes around that section, and he eyes that lip. He gets projected out, and I don't even know how he made it. There was like a little backwash coming.
Yeah, backwash
towards him, and he actually made it. You know, so I think Motor is gonna improve his score.
Yeah, Motor kicking it into fifth gear there, just trying to really push his spot right up into second or first. Motor.
Yeah, this heat, I mean, it's getting tough for everyone. That's Roberto right there. He look for that nice roll. I don't know if that's gonna be better than his second best score. Could be. But I think his second best score was an ARS and a roll. He's just getting a 1 roll on this wave, although I'm not a judge, right? And I'm pretty happy I'm not a judge right now. Because this is tough right now. It's pretty tough.
I hate to be a judge. I think they got the hardest job on the tour.
Yeah, that is pretty tough, you know, to tell you the truth. I really I appreciate what they do, and we always complain with them, but, you know, we're only humans, and, and you know, it's pretty hard and tough job.
Yeah, they only seem to get noticed when there's a complaint.
So Motor improved his second best score and move up into second for a second.
Then Jorge's score come through. So hang on, we got Jorge's been scored a 7.13, which has now put him back up in a second.
That's right.
And Hector's was in a second, then jumped back to third.
Jumped back to third. Yeah, I saw it on the screen, and I was like pretty happy about it. But then right away, Jorge Colomeres just came in as a 7.13
for that big roll.
Yeah, big roll on that one, and yeah, that was worth the
which
points.
was worth it, yeah, because it was a bigger wave, it was a set wave, and it was a critical section.
It was a critical section, and then he came out pretty clean, you know. Of course, you know, I want to see my Mexican friends, you know, moving up into the next round, you know, but the
That's it.
judges
And we
only do
encourage
it
everyone
fair,
around
and you know,
around the world
Jorge
to come
Colomet
back to
got the
Porto.
best out of that
The town
um,
That's
right.
right. Yeah.
exchange.
They need the support. You know what? Little a bit of a lull. The ocean's gone a bit flat. We'll cut to an advert.
Yeah,
We're back
totally.
after this.
You know,
Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games. We got everything you want. We know the names. We are the people that can find whatever you may need. If you got the money, honey, we got your disease. The jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
There we go, Freedom Fins, and the Freedom Round 4 is coming up in a few days' time. It's sponsored by Freedom, and the brains behind these flipper innovations, Andrew Lester. So he's created this flipper, and he's the brains behind it. So
that's so cool. Andrew Lester's got a lot of experience in this sport, so I'm pretty sure he knows exactly what he needs for the fins.
that's right. Yeah, I got a pair off him just the other day, and tell you what, they're one of the best fins I've ever used.
Nice, that's awesome. I'm pretty sure all you guys should get, you know, a pair of those Freedom fins.
Definitely.
Yeah, so, you know, when we have only 3.5 minutes remaining, 3 minutes and 35 seconds actually, and I'm hoping, you know, our boys, the local boys, get one last chance to show off and, you know, get that big score that they're looking for. They're actually, Chuy Silva is in the 4th position. He's looking to improve that last score or get 7.68 to move up to 2nd. Hector Santiago, he needs a 6.49 to move up into advancing position. Jorge Colomet is now in 2nd place, and he needs a 6.15 to take the lead from Roberto Bruno. So there you go.
We see how tight. We had a really tight heat, that last one. Jake Stone missing out by 0.10 of advancing through. So tight. And we saw only 3 points difference in that first heat from 1st to 4th. And it's again in this one. We see Roberto Bruno on 13 and Chuy Silva on 9.
That's right.
So
yeah.
4 points difference between 1st and 4th. There we see
There's
Chuy
like
Silva.
Chuy Silva looking for that section. He knows that that left could give him a potential score.
He's going to hit this thing. He's got to go big here.
Through the lip on that one. That's going to be tough to land because that was a pretty frothy section. So, wow, that's so unlucky for Chuy Silva. When we have Jorge Colomer now, he's trying to also get that.
Nah.
See, the conditions have, like, you know, changed quite a lot. But like I said, maybe in the next couple of days, we're going to see a mix of swell, southwest with the south. That could be really rampy. Things could be really good for those guys that are like really good for aerials, like Jeff Hubbard, for example. That was here in the, you know, summer with his brother and Jared. They were just killing it,
Just
absolutely
ripping.
killing it. It was just incredible. That was a great show that we saw from these guys. And I'm pretty sure you're gonna see something. There's actually a video clip already online of Jeff Hubbard. You just go look for it.
We see someone's lost their board there. I think that's Roberto Bruno, maybe, is it? No, it's actually Chase O'Leary from this next heat.
Oh, that's right.
He's got 2 minutes to get his board and get back out there. He's got 1.5 minutes. So that big set that came through has landed on Chase's head, I believe, and he's lost his board.
Yeah, that's how you, when you see how powerful Zicatela is, you know, you can rip your board off. We saw a broken board on the first day of the trials. So this wave is no joke. He can break you for sure. All right, yeah, so when we see the scores, Roberto Bruno in the first place, Jorge Colomer is in 2nd, Héctor Santiago, el mexicano Héctor Santiago sigue en la 3ª posición y Chuy Silva en 4º. Desafortunadamente los dos mexicanos están ahorita en 3º y 4º y ojalá y puedan avanzar. Un saludo a toda la gente de habla hispana, a todos nuestros amigos de Latinoamérica. Estamos en Zicatela Pro 2012 aquí en Puerto Escondido. Y bueno, estamos esperando los resultados. Esperemos que 30 seconds to go. And hopefully in the next 30 seconds we see something from the locals.
So 20 seconds to go.
20 seconds is looking pretty tough.
Very tough. There isn't much coming through. There might be one wave coming through here left for someone if they're in position.
10 seconds. Wow. Wow. 4. Yeah, unfortunately, I think both Mexicans got eliminated, and we're going to
Wow.
we're going to see.
So Roberto Bruno and Jorge Coloma